Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning and welcome to Tash Talks at the live show and welcome to episode 37. It's gonna be an absolute vibe. Firstly, I just want to say welcome to December. Oh my goodness, we are in the magical month of December. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love December, love Christmas, love all the festivities that come with it. I just love it. Okay, so I'm here for it. December is going to be an absolute vibe. Who is here for it? That's what I want to know. So let's do a quick update of what's been happening kind of behind the scenes in NCC headquarters. Well, firstly, we've been having the live series. All of this week, we have been doing the live series, which is Build to 10K. And I just want to say, I'm so glad that you guys are loving this. I just knew this was something that I wanted to put out there. And it's got such incredible feedback and engagement from it. I'm like, this was the right call. Because I want to get into the nitty gritty. I wanted to get into the nitty gritty of what the pillars actually look like to building your business to 10K and beyond, right? So in day one, we covered your belief systems. Always going to start with the subconscious work because that's the most important part. Forget all the sexy strategy we're going to go into. The most important part is rewiring your subconscious mind so that you actually believe that this is possible. Once you believe something is possible, you're halfway there. You're near enough. You're like 80% there. You only need the 20% of the strategy. Day two, we looked at attracting your tribe, pricing, and product suite. Very, very important. It's really interesting with all the clients that I work with when they come to me with what they're selling to what they actually want to get to. And I'm like, you do realize this is what this would take to get to this. And sometimes you have to take that bird's eye view, the CEO view of your business and look at your pricing, look at who you're attracting into your world. Are they your dreaming ideal clients? Like, does your product suite actually support you getting to 10K months? Like, these are all really important. Day three, we look at your offer, your signature offer, and your selling. So many of you are wanting consistent cash months, but are not doing the consistent work that is necessary in order for you to get there. So when we think about signing consistent clients, you need to think about, are you selling consistently? Are you showing up consistently on social media? Are you showing up for yourself consistently? Like, are you working on yourself, your mindset, your subconscious mind, like your money mindset? Like, are you working on those much needed topics in order for you to get yourself to these goals? Like, are you doing that consistently? It's one thing saying, yeah, I want to make more money in my business. I want to get to 10K cash months. I want them to be consistent clients, consistent money. Yeah, absolutely. And is it all possible? 1 gazillion%. But you're not actually showing up consistently. You're not selling consistently. You're not working on yourself consistently. So that it's a mixed match. It's not in alignment. Then day four, your messaging. This is so important, that you master the skill of messaging so that you are speaking to your dreaming ideal clients in a way that isn't somebody else. Like, nobody wants to be a cutout copy of Natasha Clark. Nobody wants to be a carbon copy of Nikki, Sarah, Stephanie. Like, nobody wants that. Your audience want them to be you. So your messaging has to be able to speak to them. There's so many kind of different factors when it comes to it. And in messaging, actually, what I did also go over is when it comes to kind of selling, how I sell differently to different people. The same offer, but to different people in my messaging. So if you haven't watched those replays, go over and check out my Instagram. They are also up on TikTok. If you're not following me, it's Natasha Clark Coaching. And they will also be released on the podcast. So in all the places for you to grab your seats at this free live series, right? And then today, day 5, we are going to be diving into content. And this excites me so much. Why? Because it's not, listen, what used to cut it doesn't cut it anymore, right? It doesn't. Pretty little grids don't cut it anymore. Generic messages like 5 ways to do this, 3 top tips to do this. Now, am I saying, and I'm not going to go into it because I talk about this in the live, but am I saying don't educate your audience? No, but I'm saying do it in a different way, which I'm going to share with you in today's live. Anyway, that is what's been going on behind the scenes. Also, we've had the most incredible Black Friday month-long party of offers that I have offered out, and it's been incredible. And I have seen so many new faces come into my world that I'm like, so glad I've done the Black Friday sale. I'm so glad there was an energy around it, because let's be fair, the offers themselves sell. This isn't about, oh, let's make them really discounted so they sell. That isn't it. And if you're going into Black Friday with that energy, you're in the wrong energy anyway. Like, the whole point of it, and obviously it's gone now, but think about this for next year. Like, think about how you can have the most fun in your business and celebrate that. And what didn't, let's say you've done a Black Friday sale and it didn't work. Like, you don't write off Black Fridays and say, oh, they don't work because this didn't happen. I used to, before I really kind of lent into my craft and understood the skill set that I needed in order to like sell in, and my subconscious stuff that I needed to work on, and my offering and my messaging and all these sexy things. I had Black Friday offers that didn't sell. Did I stop? Absolutely not. Am I glad I didn't stop? I'm so freaking glad, right? So you want to be thinking about next year how you can create and be in that energy of like, this is just fun. And what an incredible way that you get to kind of give back to your audience by giving them incredible deals. And everybody, like, don't think that you're above a Black Friday. Says who? Like, no. Like, you know, Amanda freaking Francis, Tony Robbins, you know, I could list loads of people that do Black Friday sales. They don't think they're above it. They're like, let's have a freaking party. Let me create an offer that I'm going to sell for Black Friday, or let me put one of my signature offers or one of my other courses, programs, memberships, whatever it may be, on offer, and have a freaking party about it. Like, why would you not want to invite more people into your world? Why would you not? And then when you have a good product suite, when somebody comes into your world and you give them a great experience and they get great results and they love being in that energy, guess what? They want to stay. They want to stay. I've had so many clients come in to do a power hour with me and then want to work with me in my 1.5 month, my 3 month, my 6 month one-on-one container. I've had so many clients that do a course with me or a one-off masterclass and then be like, right, I want to jump into conscious coach. Like, I loved the energy of that. I loved being in your world. Like, what's next for me? Right? So think about how your product suite can then support these incredible women, for me, coming into your world, and then you can serve them even more to that next level. Like, to me, it's like an absolute no-brainer. Like, why would you not want to? That's just my opinion. Okay, so I want to talk about today slaying 10K, right? And it can get such a bad rap. Okay, why does it? Because people say, you know, sometimes when you put your goal out and you're like, yeah, I'm working my business towards 10K. And people are like, why is it all about the money? And it's like, well, it's not. But you don't want to be around that type of energy when you say a goal to somebody, somebody goes, what, why has it got to be about that? And it's like, well, it doesn't, but I also want to be unapologetic here. Like, I want my business to get to 10K months. Like, I desire that. Like, why is that a bad thing? It's not. And get around this energy, get around in my world where I'm going to push you even more and be like, freak, hell yeah. Like, let's go for that. Let's go for 15. Let's go for 20. So firstly, I want you to be unapologetic about what it is that you desire. Like, go for it. Like, if that's what you desire, then you have to like take the balls by the horn and be like, I'm freaking going all in. I want to go for this. Right? And I want to say this from my heart, okay? It's not about the money. And I remember hearing this when I was going for a particular goal, and I was hearing it's not about the 10K. And I was like, it's easy for you to say because you're already there. I know that. Whether someone's talking about 10K, 20K, 30K, whatever it is your next goal is, in your subconscious, will, like, it's okay for them to say that it's not about the money because they've got money, right? I know how you might be thinking and feeling, okay? Been there. But it's actually not. What it's about is who you become with the money. That's what we're chasing. That is what we desire. For me, it's not about 7 figures. It's not about me looking at my account and be like, I got 7 figures, bitch. That's not what it's about. It's about who I become, what I have built up, how I feel. That's what it is. That's what we're all chasing. Like, I'll say this again and again and again. It's never about the money. It's about the feeling. You think about the car that you desire and that you're driving. It's the feeling that car gives you. The bag, the Louboutins, the building a charity, bringing on more staff, being able to pay yourself, retire your partner, send your kids to private school, state school, like have the freaking choice, take them out of school and home educate or travel around the world. Like, it's not about the money. It's about having the choices. It's about the feeling. It's about when you're doing something, how it makes you feel. That is why everybody wants whatever it is that they want. It's that feeling, okay? So you getting to 10K months, like, what is that feeling for you? What does that actually mean? Because we can all throw things out. And I definitely, it was such a buzzword, especially when I first started my business. 10K, 10K, 10K. I didn't even know what I wanted 10K for. I just, until I actually done the work where I sat down and was like, right, what would this actually feel like? Like, what changed? What would change in your day-to-day life if you were making 10K in your business right now? What would actually change, right? How would you feel? How would you show up? How would you be? How would you dress? How would you smell? Like, get into the nitty-gritty details of that, because that is what you're chasing. The money's then the byproduct, which then, if, for example, if you're like, well, do you know what? I feel really empowered. When one of my favorite perfumes is Hermes, right? I love the smell of it. But it's a feeling. I put it on and I feel empowered. I feel like the best version of myself. I feel unstoppable. That's how I feel, okay? Likewise, one of my other favorite perfumes is Armani Chiel. Like, I love the smell of that. It reminds me of like when I was like, probably the youngest memory I've got of that was maybe when I was like 13, I used to wear that. So, but it's a feeling. It's not the Hermes or the Armani perfume. It's the feeling. That's what I want you to get into. I want you to get into that feeling of already having those 10K cash months. What does it feel like? And I'm not saying go and buy the Hermes perfume. What I'm saying is, if that was my example, but what's your feeling that gives you, what's your example that gives you that feeling? Like, externally, because what we want to do is we want to create that internally, because having the external of the 10K months, for example, will then create a feeling, a sensation, an emotion in our body that we actually can tap into right now. And that's what we want to do. And then what I want to share this with you is that when I made the decision to that I wanted 10K months, right? I put it out there to the universe. I was like, that's what I wanted. It was probably, I reckon, 6 months into my business. Because when I first started my business, I just kind of wanted to make what I was making modeling. Like, I just wanted to kind of pay the bills and get things done. So I probably reckon about 6-7 months into my business, that's when I declared it, right? And it wasn't until over, like, probably a year of when I actually reached that goal. So let's go backwards. I made the decision. I made the decision to call it in. I made the decision that I am going to freaking make 10K in my business, right? I wasn't like, it's got to happen this month. Did I get the verve and did I write it on the bottle, put it in the fridge? Absolutely. Was it there a year? I think so. I think it was probably about a year it was there. Did I give up? No. When I didn't hit the first month, the second month, the third month, the fourth month, no, I didn't. I made the decision and then I took action every single day to support that goal. What we don't do is make a decision, put it out there to the universe and then go, brilliant, let me know when it comes, universe. It's like, no, you've got to take the daily actions. I was working on myself. I was investing in myself. Really, really important point here. I was investing and making decisions in my business, in my life, as a 10K business owner. Just going to let that land. I wasn't making decisions of where I was at that particular point in my life. I was making decisions of if I was already the 10K business owner. I made moves as the 10K business owner. I took action as the 10K business owner. I kept thinking about the 10K coach Tash. What decisions would she make? What moves would she make? How would she be showing up? How would she be conducting herself? What would she be saying? What would she be doing? What would she be feeling? What did she do to get her there? And then that's what I have to do. And that will come in a knock-on effect in your whole life. That's, for example, showing up for yourself as in, like, maybe it's your beauty regime, maybe it's your fitness regime, maybe it's you just actually spending time with yourself to immerse yourself into the emotions and the feelings that you're feeling, giving yourself that actual time, taking yourself out of the business and actually freaking having fun. right? How we do one thing, we do everything. The way I show up for myself every single day, well, 5 days out of the week, to work on my fitness, my body, right? Because that is all encapsulated into who I am as a person, how I show up for my business, how I show up for myself. You've got to be consistent. This isn't about flaky mentality. That isn't what's going to get you to these cash months, okay? You have got to make that commitment to yourself and keep to it. And it does, I don't know if annoy is the right word, but social media, that some people on social media paint a particular picture that all you have to do is this, and this will come to you. And that is not correct. Like, it's so important that you do the work. You know, just put it out there to the universe isn't enough. It isn't what's going to get your business. Like, you have to show up. And especially now, business has changed so much to when I first started. From things like what you could do on like Facebook, like to the logistical things that you could run ads to a Facebook group, right? You can't do that now. There's ways around it, but we're not going to get into that. What you could post on social media that would absolutely fly and get so much engagement doesn't happen now. There's so much more. People have got short attention spans, so you've got to work harder to catch that. You have got to stand in your power more. You've got to invest into yourself. You've got to know your skill set. You've got to be confident. You have got to be able to commit and daily take those consistent actions. Like, there's so much that would have flied years ago that doesn't anymore. And this is a great thing. Like, it's a great thing business is changing, because it's evolving all of the time. So you, like how I used to launch years ago, doesn't fly anymore. Like, you've got to get a new strategy, right? You've got to pivot. You've got to change things. You've got to work with it. You can sit and be annoyed about the algorithm, or you can sit and be annoyed that threads have come out. You can sit and be annoyed that TikTok's blowing off and you're not on it, or you actually go all in and actually commit to it, right? That's how you get results. So when you make the decision that you are going to make 10K months, like, it's an absolute no-brainer, and you detach away from, it's got to be this month, it's got to be my first year in business, it's got to be, you know, I've been doing business now for fill in the blank, I want to be making, maybe you've made 10K and then drop down again, maybe you've made it and it's kind of sporadic, and you want to get off the revenue roller coaster, and you want to have that consistency, because that's what everybody is looking for. Like, that is why, you know, people may think it's a buzzword, but it's how many people want consistent cash months? Like, everybody, whatever that number is, right? My coach wants consistent cash months. The level's just different. Her coach wants consistent cash months. The level's just different. The revenue's different. The number's just different. That's all it is. So when you think about the consistently and like wanting and desiring, sorry, let's not use the word wanting, detaches, desiring 10K months in your business, are you taking the action that the 10K Claire, the 10K Jodie, the 10K Karen is already made? Are you? Like, you've got to be honest with yourself, and you've got to look at it from a mindset point of view, and you've got to look at it from a strategy point of view. Are you taking the consistent action that's necessary, that's needed, that's required in order for you to scale your business to 10K, 15, 20K months, right? And everything I done then, I now do now. Still, all that changes when you make 10K, you're going to come back to me and be like, brilliant, done it, amazing. Then we're going to want to consistently make that. And then you're going to come to me and be like, right, Tash, I want to scale that to 50. I want to scale that to 20. I want to scale that to 50, 100K, right? The goalpost just moves. That's all that happens. Like, you don't get to 10K and then you're like, brilliant, life's set. This is amazing. This is where I'm going to stay, right? Well, I've never experienced a client that's done that. And it is natural for us to want to grow and improve and expand, like, because it's not even just about the revenue. What it means from that is how much changes behind the scenes. You, your family, your team, how you're able to deliver such better content, how you'll be able to give a better customer experience, how you're able to run your business more streamlined, bringing on team members, how you're able to feel like just having that business where 10K is like your minimum, like that's what comes in just on like reoccurring plans. Maybe you've got membership, maybe you've got clients on payment plans. So if they're all, let's say 10 one-on-ones and they're all paying £1,000 a month for the next 6 months, well, then you know you're making 10K for the next 6 months. So if that's what your goal is, you're like, okay, brilliant. I'm at 10K now. Let me look like how I can layer this. How can I stack this up? So you know that without doing anything else in your business, without sending any other offers, you're already at 10K. And this is why product suite's really important. So you can kind of keep stacking up the offers and stacking up the recurring income, the consistency. I feel like that should be a freaking song. But let's round this up. In order for you to be calling in the 10K consistent cash months, you have got to be showing up consistently, and you've got to get real with yourself and sit down and kind of do an audit on yourself. Okay. And I'm saying this lovingly because it's what I do to myself. I review myself all of the time. I'm like, am I showing up as the 7-figure Tash? What would the 7-figure Tash do that I'm not doing right now? How would she invest? How would she dedicate her time? What's she doing? How is she more organized than me? Is she more? And what I've realized is she was a lot more organized. She was a lot more structured. She was a lot more braver. So I had to, and I'm pretty brave when it comes to these types of investments. I then had to put my big girl pants on even more and be like, right, where do I need to go? Where do I need to invest? How do I want to do this to stack this up? And especially running another business alongside of this and wanting to be a really present stay-at-home mum when I'm with Sans. It was really important to me that I had to lean into that 7-figure Tash, like how she is running or her business. I had to show up as that. I had to be that version of myself. And is it uncomfortable? Yes. Do you want to do it alone? Absolutely not. Like, get support, get help, have a cheerleader, but also have that coach that's going to give you the kick up the booty to go, come on, we can freaking do this. Because it doesn't matter what level of business you're at. We all want support. We all want that cheerleader. We all want that someone that's going to call us out and be really straight talking about it. So, my DMs are always open for you to inquire about working with us one-on-one. Like, that. And what I love is my messaging is so dialed in. I only speak to my dreamy ideal clients. So guess what? I only have those types of people come into my DMs that are ready, that are like, absolutely, Tasha, I want to scale my business to 10K months. This is what I'm doing right now. This is what isn't working. This is what I want to work on. Like, let's make magic together. It's kind of like a proposal. I'm like, freaking yeah. So this has been your weekly dose of the Tash Talks live show, where we spoke about all about moolah. Go and freaking get it. Make that decision where you're like, I am going all in and I'm going to show up and I'm going to do the bold moves and I am going to back myself 1,000,000% because I know that I'm a 10K coach. Like, I know it. I know I'm a 10K service provider. I know I'm a 10K business owner. I know that whatever it is, fill in the blank. I know I can do this. It's going to freaking happen. I'm going to show up every single day for myself. Make that commitment, make that decision and go for it because you freaking can. Why? Because you're a badass. End of. Amen. Have a good Friday. Bye-bye.